We're here at Knockninny Quay, and I suppose the significance for me is that it was here that I learned to swim. And if you can see that island out in the background, that was the big one. That was the big one if you could swim out to the island. And I remember distinctly I could swim a few strokes, but I was always jealous of the big lads because they could swim out to the island, and there were girls there, you see, would be admiring them. And one day I decided this was my moment to swim out to the island. And I swam out, I remember, and with great difficulty I eventually got into those reeds over there. But what had never dawned on me was that I'd have to swim back again, and I was absolutely exhausted and tired. To cut a long story short, I was nearly drowned on the way back because I was just absolutely exhausted. The wind got up, as it is a wee bit today, and I remember the greyness of the water when the sky clouded over. And the water was splashing into my mouth, and I thought bitterly, that my moment of glory, not there at all, because everybody was starting to leave and I was still struggling away out there. And I thought of what the schoolmaster used to say. He used to say, "The paths of glory lead but to the grave." And I thought, taken from us before the promise of his young life was filled. And I thought, this is a sad way to end. But then a sort of a miracle happened, because about halfway across, my feet were getting lower and lower, and suddenly I found the bottom, and there was a mound in the bottom, and I managed to get a rest. Oh, it was such a relief, and I made it. Among the fields and the streets where you grew up, there your spirit will always live, and there you will leave it when you die. And that's what I think about here. It dawned on me that this must be as close to heaven as it gets, and let me tell you something. If I am fortunate enough ever to get to heaven, and when St. Peter opens the gate and if he lets me in, I know what I'm going to see. And I'm going to see Upper Lough Erne. And there's going to be a boat there, and there'll be oars in it. And I'll go down and I'll push off and I'll row out into the middle of the loch, and I will know that I am in heaven.